Whenever
I'm upset.
Come at it.
The maniac.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. I'm upset.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Good evening, good people. It is, or actually afternoon, morning still. Good morning, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. I'm here with my guy.
the maniac.
And you know why we here. Travis Johnson is set to make his commitment in about 5 to 4 minutes. We gonna be here for it. It's a great time to be a Michigan Wolverine. Travis Johnson, 6'3". Let me share this because I don't need to. Y'all want to visualize this thing. I know it. I know y'all want to see it for yourselves. Here we go. Travis Johnson, 6'3", 185 pounds, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, Oscar Smith High School. I had his mother, Miss Johnson, right here on the channel a couple weeks ago. We talked, we chopped it up. She was a great interview. Maniac, how you feeling about this one today?
Yeah, man, it's looking very bright for Michigan. So put your sunglasses on because it is bright. And you know these are the guys we need on the outside. Triple M. You know, Michigan has this stigma that we don't produce receivers. You know, we we a program where receivers go to die.
Right.
Whatever they say about us, but the reality is Michigan has a very, very rich tradition of wide receivers. And this class could really, and with what we have on staff currently, plus this hole right here could really change the trajectory of the Michigan wide receiving room. Let's get it back to the way it was in the 90s and the early 2000s where we had dog after dog after dog. We looked at like the dog pound, baby. And we used to take them off the leash. They gonna bite you.
No doubt. Johnny Oden Jr. has joined us. Be sure to follow Johnny and support his channel. Subscribe to his channel. Johnny hit 5K. We celebrating that. We celebrating over here. Johnny, how you feel about this one?
Man, this is just another player we need, like Maniac was saying, to get back to the old days. Because you know what I miss about Michigan football from our era, the 90s and the early 2000s, is we gonna run that rock and then we play action deep. Mm-hmm. Whether it was Manningham, whether it was Chesson, Darboh, David Terrell, Marquise Knight, those boys, that was Michigan football, and I can't wait to get back to that. So when we are ground and pounding the team into the dirt, here it's come. We know it's coming.
Right.
Back then, we knew it was coming. It's coming. That play action coming. And when it did, 50-yard bomb, 40-yard bomb, 60-yard bomb, touchdown. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you, Johnny, and we do need to get back to that. I don't know the last time we were truly doing that. There was some of that with JJ. They would do it a little differently, even like some flea flicker stuff, which was a little different. But the traditional because we've been pounding you into the ground with the run game, because that's coming, or think that's coming, and then to the traditional play action pass hit you over the top. That was a beautiful thing, especially with Manningham you spoke about, J.U. Chesson and Amar Darbo. Shout out
I
to
think
both of them.
that's the last time I think with
That
Chesson
was
and Darbo.
Yeah, that was good
Yeah,
times, man. Yeah,
yeah.
for
And
sure.
it was more, Harbaugh ran a more traditional NFL offense. Wasn't really spread. We won't really spread you out. A lot of it was, two receivers, the traditional two receivers, a lot of 12 personnel, and heavy. But that leads to those play action plays, like we said, and we go over the top, man. And I think we're gonna see that from Michigan, but just a more updated version, right? When you get that update on your phone, give you those new features on your phone. The same thing with the Michigan offense. We really need to get to that. Not saying we can't win the way we've been winning, but we're in a new era of football, man. You're gonna go up against more athletic defenses. If you could keep them, off balance, why not? Like, we can't load the box because they got these dogs on the outside. They could burn us up top. So
Right.
once Michigan gets there, man, it's going to be scary times for our opponents, man. I promise you.
Yeah,
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt about that. Go ahead, Johnny.
And that's the way football is played. Whether it's out of the spread, you're pounding it, whether you in the I formation and you pounding the rock, the play action goes hand in hand with it. Because I'm forcing you to bring your safeties down into the box. I'm forcing your linebackers to start creeping up even more. And when that happens, you got to be able to hit that play action and go deep and be able to connect on it, because that's just how football is played. You have to, your chess move was, I'm going to keep pounding the rock. Now their chess move is, all right, we bringing our safeties and our guys closer in. Now the next move for you, hit that play action bomb. Got you. Checkmate.
Correct. And on top of that, you got to look at what Michigan has at the quarterback position. You got, as a receiver, you saying, they got Bryce Underwood for the next 3 seasons. And then in the chamber, loaded in the chamber, you got Brady Smeagol. Oh, yeah. I know I'm going to get that ball over here. You even heard when we had Jamar Browder. There you go, right? Jamar, right? Because they were saying, I kept calling him Jamar. Jamar, but shout to the Michigan fans that were saying that. I know it was all love, but he said, I like the offense, I get the ball. So we're gonna see these receivers more involved, and it's gonna be, bro. Just look at this, right? And it's not being a Michigan fan, just as a college fan. Michigan won 8 games last season, right? Lost 5, was in every single game with the exception of that Texas game. And it was a super one-dimensional offense.
Right.
We didn't have an elite running back. And we still won 8 games. And we was in just about every game. So just imagine if Michigan just had that mix. They had that, that option to throw the ball, man, consistently. We didn't have that. So that's what Michigan is going to be moving forward. They're going to be a balanced offense. So it's going to be hard to cover these guys, man. Again, it all depends how long it takes Bryce to get acquainted with the offense, how much of the playbook he's comfortable with. And once he's there, like the majority of the playbook, bro, it's going to be scary hours. We got the guys, bro. We have them. And we getting even better guys coming in.
Wow.
That's a fact. When you're able to make those chess moves, like for years in recent history with Harbaugh and who was that? Gaddis, I believe, some with Shea and some with JJ also.
Yeah.
Just like the read. We constantly giving it to the back. When we sitting at home like, bruh, it's wide open for the quarterback to keep it. Like, why is he never keeping it? So hopefully Chip Lindsey is the type of guy that, okay, it's there. I'm taking it. You ain't got to ask me twice. You ain't got to keep testing me to take what you're giving me. So you keep crashing down on my back, I'm going to have Bryce keep it. And it opens up so much more when you're when you're not scared to take what they're giving you and really open the offense up because they're giving it to you.
Correct, Johnny. Correct.
Shout out to Drew, who is a mod now.
Drew, what's up?
Got me feeling like Drake when he broke Mike Jackson's hit record, bro.
Juju
First of all, stop
Henny
talking
Mob.
about Drake out here, all right? And damn sure. By the way, it's so much easier to have a hit record today than it was when Mike was doing it, when you actually had to sell records and things like that. But that's a whole different thing. But shout out to Drew. Gentlemen, all right, we are right on the cusp now. Any minute this live should be starting. Travis Johnson announcing his commitment. Everybody, I believe, thinks that it's a sweep for Michigan here. I am in agreement too. I think that Michigan does get this one, but it's just going to be great to finally see it, and him commit.
So,
or what if a wrench is thrown in here? If there's a wrench, talk to me in the chat. What team do you think is closest to Michigan?
Yeah, I don't even know who is. What was his top again? His top.
His top schools are Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, Virginia Tech. There's another one in there, Indiana, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, look, as a Michigan fan, not only we had in the past we dealt with heartbreak on the field, we dealt with heartbreak on the recruiting trail, right? And look, you can never be that confident because you never know. But I think we are entering a new era of recruiting for Michigan, and I think this one should be a lockdown for sure.
Yeah,
that Terrell Pryor, that broke me.
Yeah,
that broke me. We need.
Let's talk about that, right? What
Yeah.
were some hard? Obviously, Johnny, you talking about Terrell Pryor? Is that the one? The Michigan recruitment that hurt you the most, the one that Michigan lost, one that got away, if you will. Is that the one for you?
Yeah, because we needed him for Rich Rod's offense
I
to
agree.
really implement it before he's on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we needed it bad. We needed him bad. The perfect fit, the dual threat, freak of nature. We needed it. And when we didn't get him, it was like, bro.
Losing him to that team too, specifically. And so it worked doubly against us, right? Not only did Rich Rod not get the quarterback he needed, but then that quarterback turns around and is putting you in the locker afterwards. So yeah.
Yeah, that was, I would say, I mean, that's probably, that's a real good one, Johnny, actually, because again, like he said, we needed that. That was, I think, probably the missing piece. Now, of course, people are going to say, wait a minute, we had Shoelace, but there were two different style of quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that overall, Terrell Pryor was a better quarterback. I think Denard was a better athlete, but Pryor was a better quarterback, command the offense better. So I think in the long run, he probably would have been better for that Michigan offense than Rich Rod while he was doing.
Right.
Dudes on NCAA 26 to this day are making quarterbacks that are basically Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Facts.
So that's the freaking nature. That's the Cam Newton type of, those 6'5", 6'6" guys you create on the game that can throw it a mile and are fast. Terrell Pryor ran what, a 4.4, 4.3?
Yeah. Thing was 4.4. Yeah.
And he was huge, bro. Like, man.
Yeah. And it's funny, right? Because when you see Pryor run, he don't look fast, but he got them long legs, them strides. He'll gain 10 yards like in 4 steps. So
Dante Moore hurt too.
Dante Moore did.
Yo, you know what? Wait a minute, right? So I'm gonna Dante Moore and was it CJ Carr? Remember? Yeah. That's Lloyd Carr. We lost him to Notre Dame. Dante Moore he went to Oregon, then flipped to UCLA, and then went back to Oregon. Correct, right?
Yeah.
So
UCLA, what was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah. So not until Dante Moore takes, the full-time position, which it looks like he is this season. So I'm not
We were
going to
never
really
get-
sit
We
here.
were never getting Ted Ginn Jr., bro.
No, you know what? You know which other one was neck and neck? Najee Harris, man. That
Yeah, somebody
Najee
said
Harris.
Somebody said that people. So just to recap, some people have said Xavier Worthy, who was committed, and then obviously flipped. Najee Harris is one. Mike
Najee
Weber
hurt.
is the running back from Detroit. I think we spoke about, maybe it was me and Johnny. We was talking about this the other day. That he committed to Ohio State, tried to get out of that commitment at the end, and that's when Jim had that quote, like, I forget what the quote was. Somebody help me out. But basically, he wanted to get out and come to Michigan. I think in the end, and Ohio State wouldn't let him out of that letter of intent. But
Someone also mentioned Deshaun Hand in the chat. True, that one was tough. It was
Deshaun
neck and neck.
Hand,
In fact, people were saying he was a Michigan lock. And last minute, and it was tough because he committed to Alabama, man, in the midst of that dynasty, in the heart of that dynasty. So it's hard not to, and he won the natty with Alabama. So at the end of the day, I think, it worked out best for him, but it still hurt us, man. Those are the players that could have helped us get to where we want to get faster.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Another one, hell, just last year, Aaron Childs, everybody thought he was a Michigan lock. The linebacker ended up going to Florida. Maybe that was 2 years ago, but I think it was last year, though. I think it was last recruiting cycle that happened.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy hurt at first, but then once we won the ring, it didn't bother me no more.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me know if y'all can hear. Can y'all hear?
Yeah. Where he's at, like a Buffalo Wild Wing?
It is some sort of bar, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. We definitely had him. He looked like he was gonna be a Wolverine for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me
make
that
big,
full
man.
screen. Yeah. I think it's called, the place they got is a place called Bubba's in that Chesapeake area.
Okay.
Yeah. Nick Harbor, Terrence, that's a good one. Nick Harbor was one too that we had in the bag. It seemed like.
Yeah, man. Michigan lost out, bro. We've seen a lot of heartbreak.
Put that down.
Who we got up there? Vatek.
Yeah,
Michigan.
Virginia. Looked like Virginia Tech, Michigan, South Carolina.
And what's that other one? That's just a flag.
Penn State.
So it's Michigan. What's the one next to Michigan?
South Carolina.
Okay. And then I see Penn State and Vatek, right?
Right.
All right. Okay. I mean,
So
look,
this is
man.
even less than his the list that it was on his top list, right? Because he had Georgia on there. He also had somebody else on there. I think it was two more teams.
Yeah.
Penn State. But does Penn State does Penn State have an heir apparent at quarterback?
Yeah. Mickey Mouse Harry. Yeah. No, but Penn State, man, honestly, all jokes aside, one thing we could say whatever we want about Franklin, but you can't talk about his recruiting, man. The dude could recruit as a coach.
This was the hat. This was the hat Drew Aller was wearing when I interviewed him.
Correct.
Same hat.
Oh man, that's funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, Penn State is again they unseasoned trick in their uniform. Blah. They nothing bueno.
It might be unseasoned chicken, yeah, but I think that uniform is classic. It's crispy.
It's a classic, but I'm talking about the apparel. Like if you want to buy Penn State apparel, just buy a white tee and that's it. That's all it is, bro. Let's go. Travis, man, come home, Travis. And if you don't, shout to you, man, and blessings. I hate bitter fans. There's fans in in every fan base, those kind of fans where if a recruit doesn't pick their school, oh, you bum, and congratulations on losing 4 games. So what? Why you mad? It's his choice.
Yeah.
I hate bitter fans.
That's because people pencil him into the roster already.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. 18, 17-year-old kid, man. Whatever choice he makes, man, salute him and wish him nothing but the
Wait a
best.
minute. Wait. Hey, yo. He said, I think Herbie will start for UM when BU leaves. My word. He's talking about
he'll be the starting water boy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Schmiegel is that dude. He is.
Now, listen,
Schmiegel's nice.
If Herb Street wins the starting position after Bryce leaves, that means he's a him. He's a him.
Juju said ban him. By the way, to all my mods, you are a mod. I expect that you have already shared this. By the way, like the live if you haven't already. Share this with your friends and family on social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. So look, another thing to consider here. By the way, I'm glad that who was our offensive coordinator when we lost Xavier Worthy?
Josh Gaddis.
Yeah, I've removed him from my memory. Josh Gaddis. I'm glad.
Speed and Space?
Yeah. I'm glad he was not here recruiting Travis Johnson. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I know why. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But I know.
Gaddis got humbled. He thought he was that dude when he got the offense going with a Harbaugh ball. Then he left, went to Miami. Then he had to go back crawling to what's Maryland? Loxley. He had to go back crawling to Loxley.
And they had and on top of that, what people forget too, right? That Josh Gaddis, he was never a full-time OC. Jim Harbaugh hired him as he was a co-offensive coordinator at Alabama. Loxley was the guy. And Alabama, he was under. So, shout to Jim Harbaugh giving him a chance. So he should be thankful for that.
Yeah,
he was feeling himself. Him and Loxley got into it.
And not only that, he spoke a lot. I didn't like him after he left Michigan. He had a lot to say about Michigan, but Michigan gave him his damn chance. So I don't know why.
Hey, bro, I've never not said he was. I never said he was not nice. I just said if Michigan lands, damn, now his name is escaping me. A homie from Louisiana in the 27 class. That there's a chance we may never see Brady Schmiegel play football for Michigan. That's all I said. Because
you talking about what's the kid that you were showing me?
He's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah. Elijah Haven. Elijah Haven.
Elijah Haven. If Michigan lands Elijah Haven in 27, Bryce still got 2 more years. That's, by the way, that's Travis's brother, his older brother, who plays now at Mississippi State, I believe. Or no. What school what's the school Brett Favre went to?
He went Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. He plays for Southern Miss now. But Haven, if Haven comes after Bryce,
Mama wants everybody's attention.
This is exactly why Gaddis couldn't be here.
If you know, you know.
Do we need to turn this up?
Yeah, turn it up. We can.
Yeah.
Her baby leaving her. She's getting grown.
12 minutes. All right. So look, we got time.
12:30.
Yeah.
12:30.
All right, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna cut this back down. All right, cool. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Elijah Haven. Elijah Haven is absolutely a unit right now. He's like 15 years old, bro. It's
insane. It's insane.
Yeah, he looked like they built, like he was built in the lab. Like he just put them together, man. He's like a government experiment, man. That's like, how you looking like that at 15 is insane.
Absolutely.
He's like the dude we were just talking about that you make on the game. He one of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, shout out to Brady Schmiegel though. I do hope we get to see Schmiegel. He's very good. I think people have talked about it. His floor is higher than damn near everybody. He makes great passes, man. He can layer the football. He throws with anticipation. That's one of the things I really like about him. But there's a chance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Tree.
Man, you put Schmiegel with the receivers we're loading up with right now.
Right.
There's no telling how many touchdowns he might throw in the right offense. Like he might be able to throw 40.
And now, if you guys were betting men, how long you'll see? Again, this is just a guess. It's just an opinion. Chimp Lindsley, how long does he stay at UM in your guys' eyes? Let's say he has a phenomenal season this year. And Bryce's freshman year, he throws for over 3,000. He throws for 20 plus. They get him into the playoffs, semifinals, lose that game. What do you think happens? He's gone from there. He gets a head coaching job.
I think so. I don't know if he leaves. It depends on who comes after him. That matters too. But I do think if he has the season you're talking about, people are going to come knocking at the door.
Yeah, and I don't know what exactly he wants. Does he want to be a head coach? Does he want to still be an offense coordinator and fine tune that as an offensive coordinator, or does he want to be in the NFL? We don't know his aspirations. Do you want to be in college? Do you want to be in the pros? Would he not want to take a college job and just wants to wait for an NFL team?
Mm-hmm.
Great point. And that's why I asked you guys, because we've seen it, right? We almost had 4 coordinators in like 5 years, because Jesse Mintzer did stay 2 years. We had Don Brown, then we had Mike McDonald, then we had Jesse 2 years, and then it was looking like Wink Mike. He did flirt with the NFL, let's be honest here, but luckily he came back. So, that's mainly on the defensive side. Offensively, we had Sharon for a couple of years, and hopefully we can have Chip for a couple of years.
Yeah, because
Juju says if you leave before BU as your quarterback, before he leaves, you're just losing money.
Yeah, Juju, but if you remember, like Johnny said, right, what is his aspirations? I think every coordinator at least one time wants to be a head coach, at least, right? So if one of these smaller schools, Northwestern come knocking, like, listen, why not take it? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I have that on my resume, because we saw what Chip Kelly did, right?
He was a head coach before. He's been a head coach before.
Yeah,
right?
Correct. And then he demoted himself. He said, I don't want to be a coach.
By the way,
he went to a coordinator. So Chip could do the same thing. He could try it out. You know what? The head coaching thing ain't for me.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Signetti.
That look like, bro. That.
Hey, by the way, if we're talking about the what shape these hats are in, Michigan is winning by a mile, by the way.
Yes.
That was in his pocket. That's the junk you have in your back pocket when you fish.
That looked like
a car.
Yo, bro, that hat, that Indiana hat looked like the picture that was on Dan's AV.
Yo.
It looks similar to that.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
You're cutting the grass, you got it in the back pocket, you weed eating, and then let me forget my hat.
Yeah, I think they put the Indiana hat in.
That's the joint your uncle wear when he under the car talking about. Look like you're gonna need a new transmission.
Look like you need new Cadillac Verter.
Cadillac Verter.
In the alternator.
Hey, y'all see that clip with the kid that's like in his toy car, and she like, "What's wrong with your car?" He like, "My damn motor."
Man, I don't know. It might be the alternator. It look like the alternator.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
All the unks out there fixing cars.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir. We need that. And shout to everybody in the chat, man, for joining us on this 4th of July. By the way, happy 4th of July to everybody in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Hope you're having a safe one, you and your family, whatever you're doing. If you're going to drink, man, please drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. This is a holiday. A lot of people going to do it. There's Ubers, there's Lyft, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. All we want you to do is
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't.
Somebody in the chat said that was the hat Forrest Gump was wearing on the shrimp boat.
hey. That's a fact, man.
Oh man, that was a good one, man. Now, man, look, but regardless how this commitment goes, man, Michigan is still on fire. Michigan is right there to land some more elite guys. So, hopefully we could bring Johnson home, man. But if not, again, we're going to wish him the best, him and his family. Like you said, we had his mom's on the channel. She was a sweetheart. It was a great interview. If you haven't watched that, please go and watch that, man. It was definitely informative. She's a hardworking woman, man. She is for her sons, man, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Moose, is this real? Somebody, is this real? If that's real, no, that's not real. It's not real.
Yo, so Rod M, I'm from the Bronx, brother. I'm from New York City. I'm from the Bronx. Now we have Rod M.
By the way,
I
wanted to bring this up because I saw this Zay I don't know what the comment is, but anyway, I love to see Zay and Moose acknowledging each other in the chat and it not being an issue. I'm glad they was able to repair that. Shout out to both of y'all. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Maniac.
Yeah. No, again, one thing about, any program, man, yes, we do have the transfer portal, right? You could kind of replenish, with players from there, but the lifeline of a program is recruiting. You need to recruit well. You can't, every year you're not going to knock it out the park. So yeah, man, I hope that, Michigan lands Johnson because we need receivers, man, and we need to make sure we got weapons for our quarterbacks, man. Because with Bryce and Smeagol waiting again, if Elijah Haven come, these are guys they can make any kind of throw on the field, and there's gonna be nightmares for defenses for years to come.
Yeah, we need high caliber receivers. You know what I'm saying? We need those dudes that can make a difference.
Yeah,
Juju
Carlos,
said we need a punter.
You. Bro, we gonna barely punt this year, Juju. Don't worry about
it. A punter. What we need a punter for?
Yeah. Shout to my man. He said he from Marcy. PJ, shout to you, champ. I got family in BK. Shout to Brooklyn. Shout to Carlos Fulton. Happy 4th of July to you too, champ. You and your family. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, man. I'm just soon as this is over, me a comer. I gotta really eat.
Right.
Man,
Johnny had that steak and lobster already.
I got the last minute barbecue session about to go down. I had to go get me some charcoal, the ribs, the burgers, ribeye.
That boy, that boy gonna eat. All right, it's almost that time.
All right, it's almost decision time. Mom was a little emotional earlier. That's understandable. Man, I'm not even joking though. The Michigan hat is the crispiest hat up there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The rest they got at a garage sale, bro.
And it'd be sad if that's not the one he chooses.
Man.
Yo, nah, he's not putting on one of these garage sale hats. Ain't no telling who was wearing these.
And shout out to the day and age that it is, because these dudes, they about to get some life-changing money right off the bat.
Absolutely. And
So
speaking of that, actually, after he commits Johnny, I want to get into that. The money part, because apparently it's just that Michigan is overspending, and that's now why we getting like we can never win. We can never
Right.
win as Michigan fans. There's always
Right.
something. All right.
Cyrus says, any chance we get Gerald's? It's a possibility, sir.
Where's Juju?
It's possible. Steven
Shout
is
out
here.
Steve. What are the Terror Twins, right?
No.
That's all we are, Steve.
Y'all the Terror Twins, but it's Steven.
Steven, excuse me. Steven. I don't want no smoke with my twin.
Like the game.
Like the game.
time to play the game.
All right, all right.
All right. I'm gonna cut it up. Stop.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for your patience. We are going to go ahead and get started.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for
You probably won't turn it all the way up, man.
this moment is a dream come true.
Oh shit.
Forgive me strength and talent.
What is happening?
Without him, none of this would be possible. To my family, my mom, my brother, my grandma, my aunt, my dad, thank you for being here. You sacrificed so much to support me, whether it was rides to practice, late night talks, or just being in my phone every single day. I love you and I hope I'm making you proud. To my coaches, Coach Scott, Coach Spears, Coach Thurgood, Coach Simmons, thank you for believing in me, pushing me, and helping me grow not as an athlete, but as a man. You taught me discipline, resilience, and the value of hard work. Lessons I've carried with me my whole life. To my friends, my teammates, thank you for having my back through the wins, the losses, the long practices, the moments when I needed a lift. Y'all have been like family to me, and I'm grateful for every moment we've made. But this is just the beginning. For the next 3 to 4 years, I'm taking my talents to University of Michigan.
Let's go! Was there any doubt? Of course there wasn't. Y'all know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Johnson.
Don't play no games.
Elite
Don't
four-star.
play
Hold
no
on,
games.
Let's see what they talking about real quick. Well, she's crying. She's got the Michigan shirt on. Is that? Let's go. Block him's all the way. All right. Elite 4-star wide receiver Travis Johnson, who may just be the most polished wide receiver that Michigan has in his class, and that includes the guy who's going to be committing tomorrow, if indeed he comes to Michigan. Shout out to the maniac here with those Michigan gloves, but has now committed to the Wolverines. Ladies and gentlemen, Ric Flair has spoken. Maniac is excited. Johnny's excited. I'm excited. You're excited.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
In the comments, I think Moose has already let us know. VA to A2. That's a fact. That Virginia's a pipeline at this point.
Yes.
In the comment section, Moose, if you know it, let us know where this puts Michigan in the recruiting rankings.
I think somebody said 6. It'll put us like at 6.
7. Wide receiving room is already deep, but it's about to get uglier than Masterpiece sneakers in the 2000s. Yeah. That's a fact. Those were some ugly. I don't know what P
in
was
fact,
doing.
Lloyd Banks, remember, about to get uglier than the Masterpiece sneaker.
Yeah, he did say that. Shout out to Banks.
And we ain't trying to stop there. We trying to go from not 7, not
Johnny.
6, not 5th, not 4th, not 3rd, not 2nd. We want that number 1 spot.
Fact. Shout out to Rob, Buckeye Battle Cry. He was on Garrison show last night. He stopped through there. I came in after him, but shout out to Buckeye Battle Cry. Be sure to check them out.
Shout to him.
Even though they the ops, shout out to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's a reasonable. Shout to Rob. He's more of a reasonable OSU fan. So what I wanted to say, right? I think my man was that Treppa Coles with he got the Hell Hitlers, the Hitler boots on his AV. Look, because that's another thing, OSU fans. Here we go. We're overspending. And I was told, right, when OSU was cooking in the beginning of the NIL,
this is nasty work.
Hopefully you wore those just to paint your apartment or your house. You know what I'm saying?
Cut the grass.
Cut the grass. Nothing. You wasn't going up to no date with those. You definitely wasn't coming home with no buns. That's for sure.
Shout out to P, though, man. His entrepreneurial spirit.
But Master P is a legend, though. Fact. Besides them sneakers, everything else was official tissue.
I don't know if we get in turn time. That would be great. I don't know if we get them. I think that with Ojo going to Texas Tech, Texas put the full court press on turn time. We might be missing out on that one.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think so far we've got what we want as far as O-line for this class, but I mean, you got to be greedy in this day and age when it comes to recruiting, man, because you just never know. But what do you guys feel about that? You know, fans from opposing fan bases, other podcasts saying that all they doing is just spending, and also on top of that we're desperate and we're lying to these recruits and we lying to their parents because of what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks to Michigan. What's your thoughts on that when they speak about Michigan overspending and stuff like that? I mean, I want to hear your thoughts.
Honestly, I don't care. You know, I don't care whether Michigan is overspending or what. You know, it's the same way like let's say Ohio State, you know, the what was it, 20 million last year? And for whatever reason, they still get offended by that. You won the championship and you're still getting offended about people talking about you spent money. Who cares? And that's how I feel. When I get the ring, I don't care if we spend 100 million. It ain't come out my pocket. Spend that money and you get them dudes that are difference makers to put us back on top. Right. Yes, Lord.
Yeah, I'm with Johnny here, man. Like, again, this is something I've been saying. It's not your money. And, you know, so what? If somebody thinks that their value is X and somebody else agrees that their value is X, then their value is X, right? And they should be getting all the money that they can get. They overcharging for what they did to the Cold Crush, right? You know, I bring this up a lot, but you know, a documentary on the Fab Five actually like really changed my mind. Not that it was ever in the vein of like players shouldn't get paid, especially with the NCAA and these institutions making millions and billions of dollars even over the years, but when I was watching that and they were walking by a display that had Fab Five and all of these things that was representing them, it was their name, likeness, right? And their images even, and they couldn't afford it, right? It was things that they couldn't buy that had their face on it. So that really bothered me, like, you know, and it should bother anybody, honestly, that people could profit off of your name and you not be paid. Like, that's kind of crazy. But so I'm saying whatever the agreement is with whoever, pay them, right?
Right.
And this is the thing too. It's 2025. This is what it is. People want to stay, man, it's ruining college football and all this and that. That's all fine to talk about, but it ain't going to change a thing. These players are going to get paid now, and you're going to have to pay a lot of them. If you want the top of the top, that top 100, top 200 players, you're going to have to open that wallet, and that's just the reality. All these dudes, if I can go somewhere and they're going to offer me $1 million or $5 million for 3 years or something, and you offering me just $1 million, or 500,000, I might. That's a fool's errand right there, right? Who's
Right.
turning that down?
It's a lick, right?
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So even if I love Michigan, but somebody else is offering me $4 million more than you or $1 million more than you,
That's a
bro,
lot of
I
money.
might not be able to play football for the rest of my life. I might not be
Exactly.
able to make the pros.
Right.
So I can set my future up right now while I'm 17, 18, 19.
Facts. Facts. Great. Phenomenal point, man. Phenomenal point. And of course, I'm the same. Listen, this is the game now, like you gentlemen just mentioned. So why we being mad? Why? Because your program broke? Y'all the Dollar Tree right now. Michigan looking like Walmart. Like, don't be upset, bro. That's just how, because if it was your program doing it, you wouldn't care. And it's not coming out of our pocket. They not asking the fans to do it. Listen, they want to pay these players what they worth. I respect it. You know why? A lot of these players, not all of them, but a lot of the players come from the inner city, man. They come from hardship. They come from 2 bedrooms with 6 people living in there, 1 bedroom, 7 people. So you telling me I'm an elite athlete in the country, one of the best, that I'm going to bring millions to a university, and I can't get $1 off that? Nah, pay me, son. Pay me, son. And that's what's happening. They getting
we
paid.
clipping that.
Let these players eat. And you mentioned it, Johnny, the other day. I saw the video where Smith, JJ Smith, and what was the other receiver? And former NFL receiver, Marshall.
Brandon Marshall.
He was like, yo, let me see your account. JJ had more money than him. But you know what? He deserves it. I'm not mad. It don't matter what program these players play. Yeah, I hate Ohio State, but you know what? Those players that go over there deserve to get paid as well, no matter which university. So you know what? I'm glad the NCAA finally woke up and these players are getting what they deserve, because not only they could change their lives, they could change their family lives.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. And again, bro, it's not your money. By the way, as fans, I've even donated to collectives. I'm sure there are many people in the comments who have, but at the same time, bro, you spend money on tickets, all of these things. As a fan, you buy merch that contributes. All of the things that you do as a fan contributes, and yet they still ask you for more. And I'm not saying that that's wrong necessarily, but they ask you for more. Why shouldn't the players, the people you're actually going to watch and enjoy on the field, be asking for as much as they can get to?
Yeah, because you got, and like you got, like you said, with the inner city schools, I donated 5. In the inner city kids, you know what I'm saying? So you might love Michigan and all that, but guess what? I'm broke. Somebody offered me $1 million and somebody offered me 5. I'm broke. I'm taking the 5. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, that's just a reality.
Bro, I don't care if I grew up in a 7-bedroom mansion with more bathrooms than rooms.
Facts, Maze. Facts.
This is a capitalistic society, bro.
It is.
People are trying to get as much as they can, unfortunately or fortunately, right? So give me the money. Show me the money, basically, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's good, you know. Correct. Come on. Exactly, man. And we gotta make sure, because that was another thing. I don't know if it was Johnny or Mays that said, bro, you're not guaranteed. Your first game of the season, you could rip your knee, MCL, ACL, everything. And your recovery might not go as well or planned. And now you might never play football again. You know, perfect example, my man, the safety in the 97 national championship team, when he almost murdered that Penn State tight end. He never played football after that ever in his life.
Yeah.
Now, he does got the Michigan education. I'm pretty sure he got, something, a job very well. But if he had that NIL money, he would have been even more secure. So again, man, pay these kids. I don't care. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Willis McGahee, Marquise Lattimore at South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt,
he was a monster,
bro. And you know what's funny? My 49ers drafted him. We
Yeah, he
still
was just
drafted
never
him.
the same.
Bro, never, bro. I remember. I think they played Tennessee. I think it was the Tennessee game where that knee or his leg. Oh man, that was an ugly, ugly injury, man. Unfortunate, man. I hate to see shit like that.
Yeah. We watching clips now of Michigan's latest recruit, Travis Johnson.
Yeah, that's like 4.4443. He got that 4.443 speed on the field. Because sometimes you got that on-field speed. There's dudes that run 4.5, borderline 4.6. They on that field, they running 4.4s.
Right.
Some people got that on-field speed. No, it's real, man. And some people just natural. Man, but he's a woof, woof. He's a dog.
Yeah, and certainly, like I said, the most polished of all the recruits so far that Michigan has at the position this recruiting cycle. And that's no disrespect to any of them because I think they're all very good. And that includes Jalen Pyle, who I think is massively underrated. Zion Robinson is nice. Calvin Russell might have the highest ceiling of any of them. But right now, this guy, I think, could play, when the season starts, right? And that's just my opinion. But
hey, Maze, put this CJ Mike Bryce has to be happy with this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's a fact. Because
he's walking right now. He like
Bryce took a risk by coming to Michigan.
Facts.
Because we don't have the receivers. We're just now getting them, So he took a risk. So I always want to do right by the transfers that come and hope that the team does well and they can flourish. And also by the recruits, especially Bryce being the number one dude. Could have went to LSU. He took a risk by coming to Michigan, so I'm glad that they're doing right by him, getting him the weapons he needs to be not just good, to really be able to flourish at Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, I believe when they sat down with him, Johnny, behind closed doors, this was something that was promised. They said, listen, you come here, we promise you we're going to surround you with pretty vehicles. You're going to get Lamborghinis. We're going to get you Hummers. We're going to get you Porsches, whatever you want, Bugattis. And shit, if Russell commits tomorrow, that's definitely a Bugatti. So, that's what we waiting for, man. That's what we waiting for. But you see it. Bryce is absolutely happy, man. And that's why we need to keep him happy. Because remember, it ends and begins with your quarterback, man. Once you got a quarterback, you build around him and you start building dynasties. Look at every school that was successful, man. They always had good quarterbacks.
No doubt. Steven, by the way, what I said was Texas Tech got Ojo, and that Texas, the University of Texas, will be putting the full court press now on turn time since they missed out on Ojo. I think that's where he ends up. Not Texas Tech, but Texas. Texas Tech got Ojo.
Yo, Texas Tech, bro, they got that bag too, man. They could go dollar for dollar with anybody as well. So, it's just not, a destination that, a lot of recruits are going to be flocking to, they play in Lubbock. Anybody tell me anything about Lubbock, Texas?
Hey, by the way, I mean, he's not officially committed there, by the way, either. That's just the way the recruiting, the way it looks like it's moving. So maybe that's what you were talking about, and you would be right. He's not officially committed to Texas Tech, but it looks like it's going that way. Texas Tech, according to some, is throwing around the biggest bags. And that doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of oil money down there. So I'm sure they got money.
So right now, let's recap while we have our wide receiver for the 26 class, Maze. Just go through the list.
Yeah. So of course there's Jalen Pyle, friend of the channel. We've had him on. I think they got him as a 3-star now. He's falling. He got bumped up to a 4-star at one point, and then got bumped back down to a 3-star, which is crazy. And his parents are, on shout out to Kia Pyle and Willie Pyle. Both of them are on a mission to get that 4th star, and he deserves that 4th star because he's been showing out. He just was at OT7s showing out. But there's him. Then there's Zion Robinson, also out of Texas. Both he and Pyle out of Texas. Zion Robinson is a 4-star, a bigger target too. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4" himself. Definitely a stud in his own right. Now there's Travis Johnson, 6'3", 185, 190, gonna be a star at Michigan, in my opinion. And then, of course, we're still waiting for the Calvin Russell commitment, which is tomorrow. And right now, according to everybody, it's a 2-team race between Syracuse and Michigan.
Yeah, I know.
Which is kind of crazy to be in a dogfight with Syracuse, but apparently he's built real relationships with the coach over there, and that OC and coach combination is pretty good, especially if you want to play offense. They had a pretty decent offense last year with the Honda McCourt.
Yeah. And I know y'all was speaking on that, Johnny, on y'all show yesterday. Shout to the voice of college football, TJ Ronan and Johnny every Thursdays. Make sure y'all go tune into my brothers, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I know y'all was speaking on it regarding the Russell, that why I think John was on, and he was elaborating on why this guy has a good relationship and why is it 2 race with Syracuse, right? Of all programs. But I'm hearing is a 50-50 right now. There's really no crystal ball. So that's gonna really be, a tough one. Even though I know most Michigan fans is gonna point Michigan, but not until he says go blue, I ain't buying it.
For who are we talking about?
Russell
with Syracuse. John was saying that he's got think he can play both sports. Obviously, he wants to do that, and he's got teammates there also, and he's got a good relationship with the staff, and also he's got teammates there. So the familiarity. Yeah, I said it of of having his teammates, with him. Your boys are going there,
right?
So basically, not only we have the football coach recruiting him, we have the basketball coach recruiting him. So it's kind of that's a good thing, man. But that will be, man. You're talking about icing on the cake for the D line with Meadows and Walker. Russell will be also the icing on the cake for the recruiting class for this cycle, man. You'll have an elite receiver group and an elite D-line group and a very good O-line group. So, listen, man, anytime you could finish in the top 10, let alone within the top 10, is crazy.
Yeah, nah, no doubt. By the way, Juju is right here. Even if he says go blue tomorrow, it's not over. And that's a fact.
Yeah. And that's for every recruit.
Recruiting them heavy, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with your comments. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, Travis Johnson, absolute stud. I'm happy he's a Wolverine. The job's not finished though. Tomorrow we right back here. I believe I think it's 9:00 that Calvin Russell commits. And that one, by the way, would get Michigan in elite territory in terms of wide receiver recruiting. Not that they're not already, but we talking about, a certain team to the south there that recruits at this level at that position, which, by the way, I believe if Russell commits, Michigan would have a better wide receiver recruiting class than that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbia.
Oh man, don't get them started, mate. Don't get them started. Hey, we have nothing better than them. Remember, it's Ohio State fans. We don't have nothing better than them.
And these sites are on some bull, honestly.
All the time.
Some of the stuff that they do, and I think Garrison was talking about this because we know certain players come to Michigan on offense and they get dinged as soon as they commit to Michigan. And like wide receivers, they commit to Ohio State and they get a boost.
Right.
So it's bull.
And because it's the trust in basically Brian Hartline, they're saying,
But what does that have to do with him
they
in
gonna be
him in
good,
high
they must
school?
be good. No, I agree with you.
Like,
I
what
don't
does that
think
have to do with the player that he is right now? It has
Right.
nothing to do with it. It's dumb.
No, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
Do you think when it comes to these recruiting sites, is there bias towards certain programs?
Sure, I think it's their bias towards certain programs, towards certain recruiters, right? Who have gotten star recruitments or developed star recruits into stars, right? So I think all of that matters. And like a person like Hartline recruiting wide receivers, they trust his eye basically, right? And somebody that they may have evaluated as a 3-star that he goes out and offers, they're like, wait, maybe this kid is better than what we think he is, or whatever, right? So I think all of that plays a part.
I'm ready for him to dip.
Me too. I think, and look, not that it's causing us necessarily any problems over the last 4 years, but I mean, this dude is just out here. What you gonna be a forever into perpetuity offensive coordinator / wide receiver coach, bro? Like, come on, man.
So the rumors I have heard, again, there's just rumors regarding OSU fans, and even that he wants to be the head coach at Ohio State one day.
I believe that.
That's the word, right? So don't be surprised that he might drag it out. But I guess, remember, he did get interviewed for the West Virginia job. He didn't get it.
I
this
thought he
offseason.
turned some other jobs down in the past, or some other offers down in the past.
He's gonna have to wait a while to get that OSU job.
But he's right now. He is one coach, assistant coach, that OSU loses is gonna hurt them. Again, they still a blue blood, but it's gonna take a while before they could get somebody. They could get these receivers like that, because bro, it is what it is, man. When it comes to recruiting receivers, no one is better than Hartline.
Let's talk about this for a second. He says, Maniac, you can't wear that Michigan hat like it's a New York hat. Bend that brim. Okay, I am not from New York. I too.
Chill, Carlos. Can't do that, champ.
Why do we bend the brim?
Listen,
I like my brim built.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. You like that. If you like it, that's cool. But if you don't, like myself, like Maniac, why we bending the brim?
Yeah,
you just bend the brim. Don't ask me questions. Just bend it.
Exactly, and I feel like that's the culture. The culture is just bend it because everybody else bends it.
That sounds, bro. That's a good saying for a T-shirt. Bend the brim.
Bend the brim.
Bend the brim. Roll the boat. What's his name at Minnesota? Roll the boat.
Yeah, right.
Yo, right.
What does that even mean, bro? That's got to be the stupidest team slogan ever.
Yeah. But I definitely don't. But it's all love, man. I get it.
Bend that brim.
Right, Carlos. Well, Johnny, Johnny's from there, so he's doing it. No, listen, man. You wear your hats the way you do it. Shout it.
Here we go.
My brother
See,
Johnny.
at least this is some science right here. Juices says you bend the brim to keep the sun out your eyes. It's from baseball. That makes sense. However, my man ain't batting 300.
No,
he's not out here running bases. He nobody's shortstop. This is a fashion statement.
Yes, facts. And I just what's funny though? You know what, Carlos? For you, I'm gonna buy one of those hats for Michigan just to have it there, and I'm put it on for you, champ. But for now, it's gonna be caliente.
That's not straight.
It's a white people thing.
Yeah.
This is probably the best answer right here, bro.
It's a white. Oh man. No, shout, man. Listen, man. Shout to everybody, man. How you wear your hat? It's again, it's preference. It's all about preference, man. So yeah. Why? Let me see. Our father looks like you're a photographer. That's cool. Okay, hey, photographer. We need that, Coach Fleck. Yeah. But speaking of Fleck, right? Fleck, he's been doing decent at Minnesota. What do you guys think, right?
He's doing okay. He's doing pretty good. I mean, it's Minnesota. So when he had Tanner Morgan and them boys, and what was the running back? Ishmael or something.
Yeah.
That was kind of their ceiling, kind of, that's what they get, about 10 wins.
Right.
That's kind of around their ceiling, and it's not going to happen all the time. It's going to have to take all those seniors, a team full of juniors and seniors, similar to like Iowa. When Iowa pops up and they got a really good team, it's full of juniors and seniors,
Shout out to my guy Jake from Cleveland. He says, "What's up? Happy 4th. Go Blue. Happy 4th, man. Happy 4th to everybody." Jake. And we're not going to take up a lot of y'all time, man. We got what we wanted. We came, we saw. Travis committed. That's really all that matters. Shout out to that one more time for my guy Rick.
On the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
So shout out to that. Steven wants to say, I just wanted to say, after watching a replay of the Ohio versus Michigan game last season, Sawyer knew to play in that fourth quarter interception. Investigate them. Facts, man. Where's the investigation, bro? We got to open a new joint, man. They were advanced scouting and knew our plays. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that was a horrible throw by Warren, man. I mean, and he had Hanson coming wide open.
Bro, I was ready to crash. Bro, like,
I'm going pulled over.
Come on, man.
Right here, man.
Yeah. But just to know that we were able to squander that opportunity and still win that game, that's just amazing, man. I think we're at a time where Michigan not only is the more physical team when it comes to that game, they hold a mental edge. Again, Michigan is not. Michigan is not going into that game anymore asking themselves, can we win this game? They going into that game, we're going to win this game. And I think that's the biggest difference. Now, Ohio State is going in like, yo, can we beat them this year? Can we do that? And that too much thinking, I don't like it. And I think that's the reason we're going to do 5 in a row.
5 in a row. Like Dallas fan, y'all ain't beat Ohio State in so long. Y'all thinking y'all can win when y'all really know y'all can't. It's a mental thing. Like, it don't matter how much y'all get up, Ohio State, like, we gonna beat them. But y'all like, we can't beat these guys. You see, us on the other hand, we know we can beat them. It don't even matter the roster, the quarterback.
They don't know that feeling. They
know.
There ain't a Notre Dame fan alive that knows that feeling.
Listen, gentlemen, the last time Notre Dame beat Ohio State, George Washington was in middle school, man. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
They'll never taste the air up there. That's crazy,
Christopher Columbus just hit the Americas last time Notre Dame beat Ohio State, man. Get out of here.
Y'all, they tried to lose to y'all a couple years ago, and still y'all couldn't get it done.
No, we don't want to win.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the play. That was the play. They was in the huddle.
Players.
Hey,
10 players on the field.
Will want to win on 3. Ready? Break. And they went out there
right through his hands.
Bro, disgusting work. Dog, first that was a second down. You just got to run the football. They got to burn this last time out. You out of here. They threw the ball on the second down. Incomplete pass. Almost intercepted, by the way. They get the ball, drive down the field. Then 2 consecutive plays. Your coach can't count past his 2 hands and get an extra player out there. Nasty work.
And he throwing it. Hey, this man been throwing we almost won the Natty Parade all year. I've never seen
he got it. Like they got the banner. He got the banner up. He bought it.
That's now. I will give you this. You and Ohio State, y'all got that in common because they had the "We almost beat Georgia" banner for.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's a fact. Shout out to Lou Holtz.
Yeah. Bro, I've never seen OSU celebrate a loss like the Georgia one, bro. That was like sickening.
This is a football team.
Yeah. I want to know where's Lou Holtz at right now. He's changing his pamper right now. That's where
These
he's
guys
at.
are tough. These guys are
I
tough.
said you soft, so what? What you gonna do? What?
Don't no man call me soft. I hate that, all right?
Wait, let me slow you down, cause I'm a man. I called you soft. First of all, now I don't like you swelling all up and all. What's all this swell up shit? What's that about? What you taking in all this air for, Claude? What you feeling, huh? What's on your mind, huh? What you gonna put your chin up? Huh? That means something to me? Cause I said soft? Cause I said soft, so what? I said I spell it. S-O-F-capital-T. Soft. Huh?
Shout to the Don Father. That's his favorite clip.
That is his favorite clip. And Buckeye fans everywhere.
He just filling you out. It's good. He panicking.
Till next time, no. Hey, Johnny, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
You can find me on Twitter, Johnny Olden Jr. Follow me on there. I'm trying to build it up. I'm posting a lot of Michigan content, and I post a lot of Michael Jordan stuff too, because he's the GOAT. Sunday the call-in show for sure. Saturday I'm still. Well, we probably got to who's that's Russell, isn't it?
Tomorrow. Russell tomorrow. He don't recruit till 9 p.m.
a.m. or p.m.
But that's Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
p.m.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, we're gonna be talking about something,
right?
So I'll be on, and y'all can join me on Saturday, and we'll talk about the recruits and
let's do it.
Whatever else is in the feed.
Yes, sir. Maniac, same to you.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. Go find me on Instagram, goblue_maniac_24 Instagram, and there. You'll find me in everything else, man. And of course, if you're a big boxing fan, man, follow my boxing page as well on Instagram, and we'll talk about it.
No doubt. Follow me everywhere at Maze Madman. Until next time, you know the slogan: stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
I'm upset.
I don't know where my outro is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that mace and that lock and all that. I just don't get it. And how the